Now, the current job market is kind of tricky. We know people are being laid off, but the hiring process is way different than it was years ago. And some of these websites where people are attempting to get hired, they're actually being scammed. They're having their IDs and their information stolen. And also in some cases, they're being asked to send in money for work supplies, like a work computer, that they'll be promised to be reimbursed for. And there are many people who are so desperate to get employment that they're doing it. They're willing to do it. And all of it's a scam. And if you've already lost your job, you're already down in the doldrums mentally. And to get scammed like that, it's just a big punch in the gut. And also, you have many of these companies that by law, they have to post open job positions, but many of these positions aren't really available. So you have a good bit of the population chasing these fake jobs, these ghost jobs that don't really exist. And that's wasted time and money. And it's just not a good look for this country, the way I'm seeing everything evolve. Now, 44% of businesses in this country are reporting that this year there are going to be layoffs due to AI. And that's very troublesome because we're already seeing layoffs now. And those are big numbers. Now, is this due to AI? I'm not sure. But if it continues, you're going to have half of the country out of work. And once AI takes those jobs, once AI takes those white collar jobs, those individuals with those skills, it's probably going to be impossible for them to get something that's going to be in the same pay scale doing the same thing. These individuals will probably have to settle for less. Now, New York Community Bank rallied last week after the top executives bought shares in the open market, but it's since stalled. And I've seen this same song and dance before. And with the next market downdraft that we have, keep an eye on this stock because I got a feeling it's going to go lower. And once that share price goes under the price that the executives bought, it's going to go kaput. And it's not going to take long. As I've said, these regional banks, they're holding back the ocean, an ocean of commercial real estate debt. And when this dam bursts, it's going to be a biblical financial disaster. As I've said before, with interest rates staying elevated, you're going to see a lot of companies go bankrupt because they can't refinance debt, especially where interest rates are now. And we had a big one, folks, Peterson Healthcare. And that's a big company in the Midwest. Now, they own over 100 nursing homes and healthcare centers. Now, this is a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and they'll survive. But some of these places are going to close up. And many people, they're going to be terminated. They're going to be job cuts. And my guess is when they emerge from this bankruptcy, they're going to be 50% smaller. And we're going to see more bankruptcies like this. And that also tells me that the seniors, they're on the edge. A lot of them, they're not living financially comfortable like they used to. With the cost of healthcare rising, with the cost of medication rising, they're being squeezed. And in turn, they can't pay for their stay in some of these facilities. And ultimately, what happens is these facilities, they go belly up. So every age bracket in America is being squeezed. It's being hit. It's being hit over the head with an inflation stick. And it's not going to end well, folks. And the 10-year Treasury rose pretty much all week. And as long as the Fed continues to push off cutting interest rates, that 10-year is probably going to move higher. And what that means is mortgage rates are going to move higher. And since mortgage rates are correlated with the 10-year yield, well, mortgage rates are likely to move higher. And that's going to put more burden on the average Joe who's trying to buy a house. And the dynamics have changed in America. You need cash and a boatload of it if you want a good chance of getting in a home because you're competing with Wall Street and they have the cash and muscle to leverage you out. Now, home prices are up in 47 of the 50 largest markets in the country. And that's not a good thing because we actually need deflation in home prices. We need those home prices to come down to become affordable for the everyday American. And that's not happening. We're going in the opposite direction. And my fear is if the commodity oil goes up, it's going to draw up lumber and all other commodities. And you're going to see the price of homes move even higher. And it's going to be more out of reach for the everyday American. And as I said before, they're purposely trying to turn this country into a renter's nation. And a lot of people are going to be boxed out because as many people are getting the axe, well, their credit score is going to take a hit. And try getting an apartment with a bashed up credit score. It's going to be impossible. Now, in many of these markets where home prices are rising, the average Joe is pretty much boxed out. And Redfin said earlier that 47% of the most affordable homes in America are being bought by Wall Street. And the average Joe, they're going to be boxing a giant trying to get keys to a new or existing home. It's going to be darn near impossible unless you have a ton of cash. And right now, unless you're in heavy in one of these big tech stocks, it's a good likelihood that you're spending all of your work money just trying to get by. And I got a feeling it's going to get worse as the year goes on. And it's going to be darn near impossible for the average American to claw back that leverage from Wall Street of buying a home. Now, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.